everyone. Good evening to our viewers and thank you for spending your night with us. Ayan. And of course, good morning and good afternoon to our viewers who are tuning in from different parts of the world. I am Antoinette Eduardo and I am your host for tonight. I would also like to introduce the producer of this show, the Legal Network for Truthful Elections, which is a non-partisan nationwide network of lawyers, law students, paralegals, and grassroots volunteers engaged to do election work. Welcome to our episode this evening entitled For the Future, Shaping the Political Consciousness of the Youth. Ayan, nakaka-excite po itong episode natin ngayon. It is now our 33rd episode of ang show na walang title pero hashtag sa atin ang eleksyon. Hashtag sa atin ang eleksyon because we advocate for a safe, accountable, transparent, and inclusive elections which inspire national public confidence. Extra special po itong episode natin ngayon because this is dedicated for the Filipino youth at syempre, for the young at heart. Ayan. Ito ring episode pong ito ay actually part 2 na ng ating special episodes in celebration of the Linggo ng Kabataan. The first one we had was on Twitter Space last week, wherein we invited SK officials and youth leaders to talk about how they envision the world by 2023. So without further ado, alam ko excited na tayong lahat. Through a game show format po, this episode tonight will discuss the political consciousness among young people and relative information about the youth, youth-led innovation and transformation, and how it proactively shapes the democracy we envision. So wag na nating patagalin, guys. Makakasama natin ngayong gabi Mr. Tristan Alcantara, the President of Sanggunian ng mga Mag-aaral ng mga Paaralang Loyola ng Ateneo de Manila. Makakasama rin po natin ngayong gabi our second guest for this evening, Mr. John Jericho Periol Gawat. He is the SK Chairperson of Barangay Masikap, Iloilo, Laguna. Good evening! And next up, our next guest for this evening is Mr. Elromer Tarife, Chairperson of PNC or MOC Coalition. Our fourth guest for this evening, Mr. Hoshen Abdulraham Abo, Coalition member of PNC Maguindanao Coalition. Next, Mr. Ivan Castellon, Coalition member of PNC Maguindanao Coalition. At hindi pa po dyan nagtatapos, ayan, next is Ms. Ryan Dave Estrella, SK Chairperson of Barangay Nabitasan, La Paz, Iloilo City. Next is Mr. Lawrence Cosipag, Program Manager for Education and Training of Activista. And last but not the least, our guest also for this evening, Mr. JC Del Rosario, member of PNC Manila Coalition. Good evening, everyone! Good evening! So ayan, before we proceed, bago natin nakausapin ang ating special guest for this evening, palakpakan naman dyan, guys. Nagpalakpak talaga yung guest natin. Thank you very much sa pagpalakpak. Ayan, thank you very much, guys. Before we proceed with our game for this evening, sabi nga natin, this is a very special episode because we will be having a game. But again, I would like to invite our audience to join the discussion by sending messages to our hotlines that's flashed on your screen by using the hashtag satin ang eleksyon. Allow me to dictate our hotline numbers again. For Globe subscribers, your 917-106-6265. For Smart subscribers, your 9202-266-0944. We are live on Lentev, Philippines Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube accounts, and to our different partners' accounts or pages on Facebook. Isa-isahin ko po. We are live on You Vote, Positive Vibes, Now You Know, in Defense of Human Rights and Dignity, Movement, Community Access Team for the Deaf on COVID-19, Tayo Na Collaboratory for Young Leaders of Democracy, Lente Chapters Pages, Activista, Tara Takbo, Simbahang Lingkod ng Bayan, Association of Law Students of the Philippines National, Sanggunian ng mga Mag-aaral ng Paaralang Loyola ng Ateneo de Manila, Hirayang Kabataan at Nika Philippines. So do not forget to like and share our episode tonight. And again, please use the hashtag sa atin ang eleksyon. So ayan po, siguro simulan na natin. Alam ko excited na tayo sa ating episode ngayong gabi. Simulan natin ang pakikipagkumustahan sa ating guests. Good evening everyone!
Hello po, good evening po.
Good evening po.
Good evening po.
Maraming
Good evening
salamat
po
for
lahat.
joining us this
Good
evening,
evening
guys.
sa lahat.
Maraming salamat. Siguro, magtanong tayo from our guests. Kung gusto nyong i-introduce yung organization ninyo, please go ahead. Simulan siguro natin. TJ, go ahead, TJ.
Good evening po sa ating lahat. Ako po si TJ Alcantara, current president po ng Ateneo Sanggunian. So ito po yung student council ng Ateneo de Manila University. Actually po kakasimula lang ng klase namin last week. So we're trying to settle in pa lang po sa bagong school year. So yun po. Looking forward to our conversation tonight.
Thank you very much, TJ. Next, kumustahin naman natin si Hoshen. Good evening, Hoshen.
Hello po, magandang gabi sa ating lahat. Right now, I'm also representing TNT Maguindanao and also the Alliance of Magnanimous Youth Leaders Incorporated. I hope na lahat kayo ay okay naman din for tonight at nakapag-dinner. Also, I'm with Ivan. We are in the same hotel actually right now. So, yun.
Ayan, sana nga talaga na nakapag-dinner na ang lahat dahil may pag-games tayo ngayon. Sana ready. Alam ko ready ang ating guest ngayong gabi. Magagaling na mga youth. At si Romer naman, kumustahin natin? Good evening, Romer.
Hello sa lahat. By the way, ako nga po pala ang chairman ng TNC or Coalition, and I am excited to have the conversation with you guys. Ready na ba sa quiz ang lahat?
Ready na ba? For the for the games ang mga person. Good evening, Jericho.
Ayan, pagbati po ng isang magandang gabi po sa ating lahat. Ako po si SK Chairman John Jericho Periol Gawat, mula po sa bayang pinatanyag ng produktong tsinelas at tinaguriang Tsinelas Capital of the Philippines, bayan ng Liliw, Laguna. Ayan, tayo po ay mula sa Sangguniang Kabataan kung saan nakatuon po yung ating mga programa sa 9 centers ng youth participation. Ayan, magandang gabi po.
Thank you very much, Jericho. Ryan, good evening to you. Ayan.
Yung maayong gabi, ano shall I say, isang sa lahat. Ako si Ryan D. Estrella. Currently, SK Federation President of one of the districts of Iloilo City, which is the last district, and I'm also representing the Kabataan Contra Droga at Terrorismo and the FPOP Youth of the Family Planning Organization of the Philippines. So magandang gabi po sa lahat.
Magandang gabi, Ryan. Thank you very much. Next, Ivan, good evening.
Good evening po at magandang gabi po sa ating lahat. Po si Ivan from Positive Vibes and membro ng PNC Maguindanao. Magandang gabi po sa ating lahat.
Magandang gabi. Thank you very much, Ivan. And last but not the least, Jace, good evening din sa'yo.
Hello, good evening po. Isang mapagpalayang araw sa lahat. Ako po si Jace Del Rosario po. Isa sa mga members po ng tayo na Collaboratory Manila chapter po.
Thank you very much.
Thank you po.
Ayan. Maraming salamat po sa pag-join sa amin ngayong gabi. Yung pagkumustahan natin para lang ma-relax yung ating mga guests ngayon dahil magsisimula na po tayo sa ating para tayong game show ngayong episode. Ayan. But before we proceed, let me give to you our guidelines for our game for this evening. Number 1, to know the order in which the guest will respond and answer, Lente will use an online spinner tool. So may papakita po tayo mamayang spinner. Doon natin makikita kung sino ba yung unang sasagot up to the last person to answer. Number 2, the host will ask each guest 2 rounds of questions. Ako po yun, magtatanong ako ng 2 rounds of questions and will be given 10 seconds to answer the question. The timer will be flashed on the screen. Number 3, 1 point will be given if the guest answered correctly. If the guest answered wrong, the host will move on to the next question and ask the next guest. At the end of the second round, if there is a tie for the highest point among the guests, a lightning round will be played. Ayun. The guest with the same highest points will play for the third round. And for the lightning round, questions will be posed by the host. And on my cue, the guest who raises the hand first will respond to the question. So paunahan po doon sa lightning round mag-raise ng kamay. If the guest answered incorrectly, the other guests may steal and answer the question. The guest who reached the first 2 points wins. Ayan po yung ating guidelines ngayong gabi. Pero kanina, na-i-discuss na din naman natin sa ating mga guests. Next please, magsa-start na tayo guys. Ready na ba tayo? Ano, okay na ba?
Paano natin yan?
Kaya yan.
Laban.
Yes. Laban. Also, to our guest, if you want to add, kasi mamaya po, meron tayong fun facts, more information about the topics, the questions that we will discuss. If you have anything to add, any inputs or comments on the questions and answers, please feel free to chime in. Open na open po yung ating for your ideas, yung episode natin ngayon. So, start na tayo with the wheel of names. Ayan. Sino kaya yung unang sasagot? Let's see. Let's roll the roulette. Let's roll the wheel. Spin the wheel pala, no? Mali naman ako eh. Sino kaya yung sasagot una? Si Jace. Okay, first one to answer is Jace. Napaganon pa si Jace sa upuan. Next, please. Sino kayang sunod? Ryan Dave. Tama ba? Jericho. Okay. Jericho is the next person to answer. Next, please. Ayan, si Ivan. Third to answer. Sino kaya yung fourth? Romer, ikaw yung ika-apat na sasagot. Next, please. Ayan. Lawrence, fifth to answer. Next, please. Hossein. Next, please. Tristan. At syempre, wag na natin i-roll. Alam naman natin yan, si Ryan ang sasagot na huli. So, okay. Ready na ba tayo, guys? Ito na talaga. This is the moment of truth. Our first question for this evening is, of course, will be answered by Jace. Ikaw yung una nating isasalang dito, Jace. Okay. Our question for Jace. When is the International Youth Day celebrated? Okay, we will be giving you choices. Ano kaya yung choices natin for this? When is the International Youth Day celebrated? Letter A, August 10. Letter B, August 11. Letter C, August 12. Or letter D, August 13. You have 10 seconds to answer, please.
Letter C, August 12.
Letter C. Ang bilis nun, ah. Okay, tigtingnan nga natin kung tama si Jace. Max naman, tama. Okay, you have 1 point already, Jace. Let us see. What is our fun fact for this question? Fun fact, guys. With a different focus each year, International Youth Day helps bring youth issues to the attention of the international committee and celebrates the potential of youth as partners in today's global society. So, ayan yung fun fact natin po about the celebration of International Youth Day. Guys, meron ba kayong gustong idagdag? Any idea about our celebration of International Youth Day? If meron, please go ahead. Also, para dun sa mga nanonood po ngayon, kasama namin sa episode natin ngayon, you may type in your ideas, anything you would like to add sa comment section and babasahin natin namin. Ay, kan si Jericho, meron ka bang gustong i-add dyan? Fun fact? Or wala naman?
In regards naman po sa International Youth Day celebration, ngayon napakaganda ng tema na pinagdiriwang natin yung International Youth Day, which is yung intergenerational solidarity, creating a world for all ages. So, yung inclusion ng bawat isang kabataan, yung pakikilahok at pakikiisa nila sa pagdiriwang ng Linggo ng Kabataan ngayong taon. Ayan, yun lang po. Thank you.
I love that. Thank you very much, Jericho. Guys, if you want anything to say, just please let me know. Open po sa ideas ninyo ito. Pero let's move on na kay Jericho. Alam ko, excited na si Jericho for our question for him. Ayan, what is the question? Question number 2. Pero first question po natin to kay Jericho. The International Youth Day was established by United Nations to celebrate, amplify, and include the youth as agents in the promotion of Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs. Which of these does not belong to the United Nations SDGs? What is our choices for Jericho? Are our choices pala. Letter A, interplanetary space research. B, quality education. C, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Or letter D, decent work and economic growth. Ano yung sagot mo, Jericho? You have 10 seconds to answer.
I think my answer would be letter A, interplanetary space research.
Sige, tingnan nga natin. Letter A. Correct! Oh, ang gagaling ng ating guest ngayong gabi. Correct yung interplanetary space research. So, let us see. Ano kaya yung fun fact natin for this? Fun fact! The Sustainable Development Goals are meant for all nations, all peoples of all ages, and all societies. The universal nature of the 2030 Agenda entails that youth should be considered across all goals and targets. Napakaganda, no? Nung ating goal, itong patungkol dito sa Sustainable Development Goals. Meron po ba kayong gustong idagdag, guys? Any fun fact? Any other fun fact from you? Parang nakafocus na ang ating guest sa pagsagot. So sige, move forward tayo sa number 3 question natin. For Ivan. Ready ka na ba, Ivan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Question for Ivan. What is the predecessor youth organization of the Sangguniang Kabataan? What are our choices? Let's see. Letter A, Kabataang Barangay. Letter B, Kilos Kabataan. Or letter C, Katipunang Kabataan. And letter D, Kabataang Malakas. Ano yung sagot mo, Ivan? We have 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds to answer.
Katipunang Kabataan.
Katipunang Kabataan, letter C. Tingnan nga natin kung tama yung sagot ni Ivan. Okay. So, ang tamang sagot, Ivan, is Kabataang Barangay. Ayun. So, let's see. Ano kaya yung fun fact natin about this? Pero okay lang yan, Ivan. Meron pa tayong round. Let's see. Ano kaya yung fun fact? The year in which Kabataang Barangay was created was in the year 1975. Hindi pa tayo nun, guys, pinapanganak. Pati ako. Hindi pa din. So, it was in 1975, long time ago. There you have it. Again, guys, if you have anything to add, please just let us know. Sa ating guest po, let me know. And open sa ideas. Next question, please. We have Romer to answer. Question for Romer. In what year was the Sangguniang Kabataan Reform Act established? Again, in what year was the Sangguniang Kabataan Reform Act established? Our choices for Romers are A, 2015, B, 2016, C, 2017, or D, 2018. When was Sangguniang Kabataan Reform Act established? Romer, you have 10 seconds to answer.
Hindi naman siguro masama magkamali. I guess my answer is letter D, 2018.
Letter D, 2018. Let us see. Ano kaya yung tamang sagot? Let's see. Ayan, letter A, 2015. So, matagal-tagal na din. Ano po? Pero mas matagal yung ano yun? Yung tanong for Ivan. But anyway, let us see our fun fact for this question and answer. Fun fact, the Sangguniang Kabataan Reform Act began and was held in Metro Manila on Monday, July 27, 2015. So, 2015 pa po pala, no, na enact itong Sangguniang Kabataan Reform Act. Napakarami nating fun facts for this evening. I hope yung ating mga viewers are taking down notes. Next is Hoshen. Ready ka na ba, Hoshen? For your question? Okay. Tingnan na natin yung question for Hoshen. Question for Hoshen. What do you call the youth members of the barangay who has the power to elect Sangguniang Kabataan chairperson and members and also act as the highest policy-making body that decide on matters affecting the youth in the barangay? Again, what do you call the youth members of the barangay who has the power to elect Sangguniang Kabataan chairperson and members and also act as the highest policy-making body that decide on matters affecting the youth in the barangay? The choices are letter A, katipunero ng barangay, letter B, katipunero ng kabataan, or letter C, katipunan ng barangay, or letter D, katipunan ng kabataan. Anong sagot mo, Hoshen? You have 10 seconds to answer.
Well, it's actually letter D, katipunan ng kabataan. Pero di ko lang sure kung tama ba or I don't know if my memory serves me right.
Okay, let's see. Letter D, katipunan ng kabataan. Tama ba, si Hoshen? Correct, Hoshen. Tama. Your memory served you right. Congratulations, Hoshen. Next is Tristan. Ayan. Pero before that, fun fact muna tayo. Katipunan ng kabataan shall meet at least once every 6 months or at the call of the chairperson of the Sangguniang Kabataan or upon written petition of at least 1/20th of its members to decide on important issues affecting the youth of the barangay. So yun pala, yung katipunan ng kabataan, guys. Once every 6 months, nag-meet sila. Ayan yung ating fun fact for that question. Next, please. Next is, ayan, si Tristan. Ready ka na ba, Tristan?
Ready na siguro.
Okay. Let us see. What is our question for Tristan? Ayan. So, our question for Tristan is to be elected or appointed as part of the Sangguniang Kabataan, one must have the following qualifications except ano yung choices natin? Citizen of the Philippines, letter A. Letter B, at least 18 but not more than 29 years old. Letter C, able to read and write Filipino, English, or other local dialect. Or letter D, resident of the barangay for not less than a year. Ano kaya yung tamang sagot dyan? Ano yung sagot mo, Tristan?
Feeling ko letter B.
Letter B, at least 18 but not more than 29 years old. Let us see. Tama ba kaya si Tristan? Pero okay lang yun, Tristan. Tingnan natin yung tamang sagot. Ano kaya yung tamang sagot? Letter D, at least 18 but not more than 29 years old. Parang yun yung sagot ni Tristan.
Nagkabaliktad ata ng ano.
Oo, pero tama yung sagot ni Tristan, guys. Tama yung sagot. Tama ka, Tristan. Congratulations.
Thank you po.
Meron tayong pa-suspense dito. Alam mo, yung game natin, may pa-suspense siya. Okay. Next, please. Our fun fact. So, ayan, may 1 point, guys, si Tristan. Fun fact. Fun fact, the candidate's age should be at least 18 and not more than 24 years old. The candidate's age should be at least 18 and not more than 29 years old. Ayan. So next, please. Sino na yung susunod na sasagot? Ryan, Dave. Ano ba yung tawag dapat sa'yo, Ryan? Ryan or Dave? What do you prefer? Ano yung usually tawag sa'yo?
I am called as Rai po.
Rai, no? Okay, sige. Rai, are you ready to answer?
I have
sige.
to.
Number question for you is, in the latest amendment of the Sangguniang Kabataan Reform Act of 2015, as of July 26, 2021, Republic Act 11768 listed the programs that the SK could implement. What can be be a possible program? So yun yung tanong. Ulitin ko, in the latest amendment of the Sangguniang Kabataan Reform Act of 2015, Republic Act 11768 listed the programs that the SK could implement. What can be a possible program? Let us see the choices. Letter A, complimentary movie screening. Letter B, barangay pageant. Letter C, basketball training camp. Or letter D, sponsored sports jerseys. Ano kaya yung sagot dito? Right?
I'll have to guess, and it's letter C.
Basketball training camp. Let us see kung tama ba yung sagot ni Rai. Okay, tama yung sagot ni Rai. Basketball training camp. Let us see our fun fact for this number or this question. Programs that Sangguniang Kabataan could implement include providing student stipends, food and book and transportation to prevent incidents of out of. So yun yung purpose nun. Sports and wellness projects, skills training, summer employment, on-the-job employment, and livelihood assistance, promotion of agriculture, fishery and forestry enterprises, environmental protection, capacity building for grassroots organizations, and programs to address context-specific and intersectional vulnerabilities. Napakaganda naman nung purpose. Ano po? Para yung mga youth natin, they get to interact and be engaged in our community as well. Next, please. So, papunta na tayo, guys, sa second round ng ating question. So, babalik tayo ngayon kay Jace. Si Jace ang next ulit na sasagot. Titingnan natin kung sino kaya yung mananalo for this 2 rounds. Let us see. Ayan, ready na kaya yung question natin for Jace? Okay, Jace, ready ka na ba? Ito na yung tanong for you. Under the SK Reform Act of 2015, how long is the term of office for the elected constituents of the Sangguniang Kabataan after their first term of 2 years? And under the SK Reform Act of 2015, how long is the term of office for the elected constituents of the Sangguniang Kabataan after their first term of 2 years? How long? Gano'ng katagal dapat? Okay, our choices are letter A, 3 years, letter B, 8 years, letter C, 1 year, or letter D, 4 years. Ano kaya yung sagot?
Letter A, 3 years.
Letter A, 3 years with full conviction. Dun si Jay sa sagot niya. Let us see if correct ba si Jay. Correct. Ayan. So, may 2 points na si Jace. Habol po tayo, guys. Yung, sino ba yung... So, let us see our fun fact for this number, for this question. Fun fact. Ayan. Our fun fact for this is... Okay, fun fact. Ako lang ba, guys? Or hindi ko nakikita sa screen yung ano? Kung minsan kasi, diba, the problem with our internet these days, medyo may mga lag. That's how we have to bear with our connectivity. Anyway, our fun fact, please. Can you read already your fun fact flash on the screen, guys? Oh, okay. So, wala tayong... Pero kayo, guys, meron ba kayong fun fact for this number? Meron kayong isi-share? Ano yung idea nyo about this? Hindi nyo parang think na okay yung... What's your opinion on this number? Anyone? Okay, so let's move forward na sa ating next question for round 2. Next, please. Question. Okay, question for Derek. Under what branch of government does the Sangguniang Kabataan belong to? Under what branch of government does the Sangguniang Kabataan belong to? Our choices are Letter A, executive branch. Letter B, legislative branch. Letter C, judiciary branch. Or letter D, independent branch. Alin kaya dyan yung tamang sagot, Jericho? You have 10 seconds to answer.
I think it's independent branch.
Independent branch. Tingnan nga natin kung yun yung tamang sagot. Yun yung tamang sagot. Tingnan natin. Ano kaya yung tamang sagot for this question? Legislative branch. So, letter B, yung tamang sagot. Ayan. So, let us see our fun fact for this number. Fun fact, Sanggunian Kabataan is constantly perceived as administrator of projects and programs largely limited to sports and infrastructure development, even when their main function falls under the legislative branch. So, ayan po yung fun fact natin for this. Let's move forward sa kay Ivan. Sa ating next question kay Ivan, ano kaya yun? Okay, question for Ivan. What percentage of the May 2022 voting population are part of the youth? What percentage of the May 2022 voting population are part of the youth? Our choices are letter A, 48%, letter B, 62%, letter C, 41%, or letter D, 56%. Ilan ba ang dyan ng youth sa ating population? Yung sa voting, yung hula ni feeling ko na research ni
56.
Ivan. Go ahead, Ivan.
56%.
Ayan. Ano yung sagot mo?
56.
56%. Let's see kung yun yung tamang sagot. Correct, Ivan. 56%. Ayan. You have garnered a point. So, thank you very much. Tingnan nga natin yung ating palakpakan. Tingnan natin yung ating fun fact. According to COMELEC, more than half of the 65.7 million voters in the country are between the ages 18 and 45. That is why the youth are considered a prime mover of the May 2022 elections results. So yan, according yan to CNN Philippines, nakuha natin yung data na yan. So next please, our question is for Romer. Question for Romer. What is the Philippines' premier award-giving body that recognizes and supports the contributions of youth organizations in the country? Again, what is the Philippines' premier award-giving body that recognizes and supports the contributions of youth organizations in the country? The choices are Kabataan Awards, letter A, Kabataan Awards Foundation, letter B, Panalo Awards Foundation, letter C, Bata Awards Foundation, or D, Tayo Awards Foundation. Ano kaya yung tamang sagot, Romer?
Tayo Awards Foundation. Letter
Ayan,
D.
Tayo Awards Foundation, letter D. Let's see kung yun ba yung tamang sagot. Correct! Ayan! Congratulations, Romer! Yun yung tamang sagot, letter D. Let's see our fun fact for this number. Fun fact, the 10th Accomplished Youth Organization Awards Foundation aims to recognize, award, and celebrate stories of hope and change by Filipino youth. Napakaganda naman ng goal or objective. In 2020, Tayo awardees were given 50,000 cash grant from Search Corporate Center's Coca-Cola Foundation Philippines and San Miguel Corporation. So yun po yung napanalunan and also yun yung objective ng nasabi ng award-giving body. Next, please. For Hoshen naman tayo. The question for you, Hoshen, is what Republic Act number created the National Youth Commission? What Republic Act created the National Youth Commission? So what are the choices? Let's see. Letter A, 8044, RA 8044. Letter B, RA 80545. Letter C, Republic Act number 8046, or letter D, Republic Act number 8047. Alin kaya dyan, Hoshen, ang sagot? Ano yung sagot mo? Go ahead. You have 10
It's
seconds.
Republic Act 8044, letter A.
Ayan. Letter A, Republic Act 8044. Let us see, tama ba si Hoshen? Correct. Ayan, meron ka na ding 2 points, Hoshen. As of right now, JC and Hoshen are both garnered 2 points already. So, ayun, let us see our fun fact for this number. The Youth in Nation Building Act, or RA 8044, established the National Youth Commission and the National Comprehensive and Coordinated Program on Youth Development to encourage wide and active participation of the youth in all governmental, non-governmental programs, projects, and activities affecting them. So, ayun po yung ating Youth in Nation Building Act. Congratulations, Hoshen! Next is Tristan. What is our question for Tristan? Let us see. Ayan. Question for Tristan. Which of these youth leaders is a multi-awarded advocate for the inclusion of PWDs in all aspects of society, such as advancing Filipino Sign Language, PWD participation, and active access to sports, combating sexual abuse of the deaf, etc.? Again, which of these youth leaders is a multi-awarded advocate for the inclusion of PWDs in all aspects of society, such as advancing Filipino Sign Language, PWD participation, and access to sports, combating sexual abuse of the deaf, etc.? Let us see our choices. Letter A, Glenn Vasquez. Letter B, John Mons. Tama ba yung pronunciation ko dyan? Letter C, Debbie Bartolo. And letter D, Montana Dominguez. Let us see ano yung sagot mo for this, Tristan.
Nako, hindi ko po sila kilala, pero manghuhula na lang ako. Letter D po ba?
Montana Dominguez, letter D. Tingnan nga natin kung tama yung sagot ni Tristan. Nako, kung tama ka dito, Tristan, ha? Congratulations. Okay, tingnan natin. Ano ba yung tamang sagot dito sa tanong na to? Let's see. Letter B, John. Yun pang hindi ko alam yung pronunciation, guys. Ang hirap naman. Okay, John Mons. Allow me to correct myself later. I-research ko na lang. But that is the correct answer. And, pero congratulations pa rin, Tristan, ha? Sa paghula. Yun. Thank you very much. Next is Ryan. Ano kaya yung tanong natin for Ryan for this round? Pero bago dyan, fun fact muna tayo. Today, Mons, or however you pronounce that, is the founder and executive director of Philippine Accessibility for Disability Services, or PAD, a non-profit NGO where concerned individuals and institutions can work together to promote the rights and issues of the deaf and PWD. That's wonderful. Isa rin po yan sa advocacy ng Legal Network for Truthful Elections, yung provide accessibility and of help dun sa mga pangangailangan ng ating persons with disability sector. So let's move forward to our question for Rai. Ano kayang tanong natin for Rai? Rai, the question for you is, Republic Act 10742 or the Sanggunian Kabataan Reform Act is the first of its kind to include a or an blank. Again, Republic Act 10742 or the Sangguniang Kabataan Reform Act is the first of its kind to include a or an blank. Let's see what are our choices. Letter A, anti-political dynasty provision. Letter B, anti-private money provision. Letter C, full disclosure policy. Or letter D, financial independence provision. Ano yung sagot mo for this question, right? You have 10 seconds to answer.
There are two actually I can see as an answer, but I go with letter D, financial independence provision.
Letter D, financial independence provision. Let's see. Yun kaya ang tamang sagot? Yun yung tamang sagot. Pero tingnan natin, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for this number? Anti-political dynasty provision, letter A. Let's see our fun fact for this item. Fun fact, relatives up to the second degree of consanguinity and affinity of incumbent elective officials officials are not allowed to run for Sangguniang Kabataan. Ayun. Relatives up to the second degree of consanguinity and affinity of incumbent elected officials are not allowed to run for Sangguniang Kabataan. So that's important to note. So ngayon, let us see, kumusta kaya yung tally ng scores natin for the first and second round? Let's see. Ano kaya? Magkaka-lightning round kaya tayo? Ayun, pero it's a tie. Meron tayong tie, ladies and gentlemen. Tie between Jace and Hoshen. So, Jace and Hoshen will stay with us for our lightning round. As mentioned a while ago, itong lightning round natin, paunahan si Jace and Hoshen para sagutin yung ating tanong. So, raise your hand mamaya, pakatapos ng tanong, and check natin kung sino yung mauna mag-raise ng kanyang kamay. So, let us see. What is the question for Jace and Hoshen? Ayan. Babay muna tayo sa iba nating guest, pero wag po kayo aalis. Ayan, makakasama uli natin sila mamaya. Pero right now, we have Hoshen and Jace flashed on our screen together with Ma'am Angie. Ayan. So, what is our question for Jace and Hoshen? Let us see. Question for Jace and Hoshen. Which members of the Sangguniang Kabataan must have an educational background in business, administration, accountancy, finance, economics, or bookkeeping? Again, which members of the Sangguniang Kabataan must have an educational background in business? Ayan, may naka-raise na. Huwag ko nang tapusin. May sagot na si Hoshen. Ano yung sagot mo, Shen? Tingnan muna natin ang choices siguro, para, secretary and bookkeeper, letter A. B, auditor and officer, letter C, secretary and treasurer, or letter D, chairman and secretary. What is your answer, Hoshen?
Letter C, secretary and treasurer.
Secretary and treasurer. Letter C. Let us see if that is the correct answer. Congratulations! Congratulations, Hoshen. Okay, ayan na po yung ating tiebreaker dito sa ating lightning round. So, our winner for this is Hoshen. Congratulations, Hoshen. So, we will welcome back sa ating screen ang iba pa nating guest for this evening. So, sabi nga niyan, ayan, may nanalo na. At dahil may nanalo na, tingnan muna natin ang ating fun fact. Sa tingin ko, meron tayong fun fact for this number. Let us see. Okay. Ayan. Pero Hoshen, paano mo kaya nasabi habang naghihintay tayo? Paano mo parang ang bilis nung yung sagot? Based yun sa, and feeling ko nga kay Jace kanina, nung nakita niyo yung choices, sayang, hindi ako nag-raise agad ng sagot. So, ayun. Pero alam din ni Jace yung sagot doon. Pero for this lightning round po, congratulations again, Hoshen, and good job din kay Jace dahil kayong dalawa yung nag-tiebreaker for this portion. So, congratulations again, and thank you very much, everyone, our guests, for being such a good sport and saying yes to our educational game. Let us welcome back on our stream our other guests, because we have our reflection question for all our guests for this evening. So, ngayong gabi po, minarapat natin itong game na ito para mas ma-inform tayo. Ano nga ba yung mga dapat nating malaman patungkol sa ating youth sector, lalo na sa Sangguniang Kabataan. But at this point, siguro yung pahuli nating tanong, we still have time. How do you envision the world in the near future, and how will we achieve this? Siguro simulan natin sa ating winner, si Hoshen.
Okay. How do you envision the world in the near future, and how will we achieve this? I guess I envision the world in the near future such as meron na tayong sustainable development plans na na-achieve per year kasi alam natin mahirap to, but then that's what we envision for. That's why we're making this kind of plans, di ba? Kasi we want younger people to work in the government kung saan they not just the young people, I guess, but also the residents na masyadong responsible tayong lahat sa kung ano mang meron sa mga iba't ibang aspekto such as governance, inclusion, or equity, education. Kumbaga, nandun na yung tinatawag natin na contentment ng mundo when it comes to development, no? But then, how will we achieve this? I guess it all starts within us and how we could first is awareness, because at least that's the main thrust of understanding what to develop or what to sustain. Next is the thing that we must have, discipline. Yeah, discipline. Kasi dapat if you wanna be if you wanna achieve something, dapat i-disiplina muna natin yung ating sarili, and yung mindsetting natin is dapat nakatuon doon sa goal na yun. So yun lang po.
Thank you very much, Shoshen. Next, Jace, what for you? How do you envision the world in the near future, and how will we achieve this?
For me, I guess I envision the world in the near future to, have more platforms for opportunities. I always believe that most of us from the youth really has this potential, a never-ending potential. And if matched with the right passion, hones, the programs for youth development that focuses on various advocacy work. And I'm really looking forward that in achieving that, we will all be contributing as catalysts of change. Focus more on fellow youth as well, and continuously provide them programs, projects, activities, and also policies that will aid them in serving the community to be empowered, participative, and collaborative in nation building. So yun, mabuhay ang mga kabataang Pilipino, hashtag sa atin ang eleksyon.
Yes. Hashtag sa atin ang eleksyon. Thank you very much, JC. Next is Ivan. Any thoughts?
How do you envision the world in the near future? I think envision the world with young people holding positions, having power, actualize the idealism that they have since then, and I think envision them that they're the leaders na of the nation, of every community. And how will we achieve this? I think continue engaging them, involve them in activities, and also continue to spread the word, and stay updated on things, especially for young people to know about, especially to know which is fake, which is true, something like that. So I think let's maximize social media as a platform to promote fact, and also to avoid and also transform hate speech and hate words. I think that would be it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ivan. TJ?
Hello po. Ako, I will be honest, I think the future is very much uncertain. Pero naniniwala ako na pag patuloy tayong lumalaban at patuloy tayong nagtutulungan, the world in the near future, it will be a world where the youth's voice matters, the youth's voice is heard, and the youth's voice is the one leading change and progress in our country. Kasi tayong youth, we are very creative, we're very innovative, at yun yung kailangan ng ating mundo right now. We are confronting a lot of new problems, and the only thing, the only way we can solve them or confront them is through new solutions na the youth can offer. Sabi ko nga, parang we are not just the future of the nation, we are also its present. Kaya this will only be possible, or we can only achieve this if ngayon pa lang nagtutulungan na tayo, if we continue our collaboration. And I'm really happy and honored to be with youth leaders here in this show. This will only be possible if we continue learning from each other. patuloy tayo nagiging bukas sa formation, sa training, and siguro yung last is we continue taking up space. Kasi may karapatan tayo bilang mga kabataan, may kakayanan tayo bilang mga kabataan, at kung titingnan talaga natin yung kinabukasan na to, tayo ang magmamana. So either we don't solve it or we do solve it, tayo ang magmamana at tayo ang magpapatuloy. So yun lamang po. Thank you.
Thank you very much, TJ. Ang ganda naman nun. We are not just the future, we are also the present. So, let's make the present count, no? And do whatever we can now. Let's move forward to Rai. Go ahead, Rai. Any thoughts?
Yeah, so how do I envision the world in the near future? Well, with the opportunities that are given to the youth sector right now, I really see in the near future that it's a future or a world that we are inspiring one another despite of the circumstances that each and every one of us is facing, especially our youth leaders right now. We will be able to surpass that one, and we are going to tell that story to the next generation. We're going to have a good connection with one another as we have now a lot of assemblies done, and at the same time we are getting connected not just to a certain group within our area but also all over the world, and that it's a world or a future or a day of empowerment. Right now we are being empowered of having independence with the things that we are doing, and at the same time with the powers that are given to us. So I really see it that a world of that inspires, connects, and empower, and we can achieve that one if we start it now helping one another, because the kind of the nation that we will be having in the following days depends on the kind of the youth that we have, and the kind or the quality of the youth that we have depends on the hands of its posterity, and us people living in this generation this time are the posterity. So it is really in our hand on how are we going to create a very good quality of youth, so we could achieve that by going into a common goal, which is building a better future. Yun po.
Thank you very much, Rai. Thank you very much. Next is, go ahead po.
Hello. Siguro po, the way how I envision the world, the near future, is to open up space for youth to engage. Dito po sa amin, sa Ormoc City, the youth are not willing to partake to the civic engagement. However, I am very much positive to think in the future that these youth will see their potential and make the best out of it. So basically, it's we are going to start it from providing activities to the youth, especially to the youth that doesn't want to get engaged. However, if we are going to make them see the beauty of engaging into these kind of events, for sure they are going to participate 100%. So that's why we fight for the pursuant of the BSK 2022, and I hope that our fight, we are going to win this fight. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And last but not the least, go ahead po. Any thoughts?
Ayan, so how do you envision the world in the near future? Actually, malaki po yung papel na ginagampanan ng Sangguniang Kabataan bilang isang leader kabataan, at isa na rito yung makagawa tayo ng mga programa at aktibidad na higit na pakikinabangan, hindi lamang ng iilan, kundi ng higit ng nakaraming mamamayan. At bilang isang leader kabataan po, nakikita ko na darating tayo dun sa tamang panahon kung saan malaya at malayo tayo dun sa kinagis ng sistemang umiiral natin ngayon. Yung pagkakaroon ng espasyo at pantay-pantay na oportunidad sa bawat isang leader kabataan para maipakita nila yung husay at galing nila sa iba't ibang larangan. Naniniwala ako na sa aktibong partisipasyon at aktibong pakikiisa ng bawat isang kabataan tulad na lamang namang ganitong uri na organisasyon, ay kaya nating makagawa at makalikha ng isang progresibong pagbabago, hindi lamang para sa ating mga sarili, kundi maging higit para sa ating bayan. Hindi natin kinakailangan maghintay na kumilos ang iba, dahil sa ating mga sarili mismo nagsisimula yung pagkilos. Sa ating mga sarili mismo nagsisimula yung pagbuo ng isang makabagong mundo tungo sa isang progresibong bukas para sa mga susunod na leader kabataan, kung saan yung mga aspiring leaders ay naririnig at napapakinggan. So bilang isang mga leader kabataan, let's continue to uphold the vision and make it into reality. And let us create the future for the next generation. Thank you po.
Thank you very much, Jericho. Tama nga. No? Let's create a wonderful future for the future generation. Thank you very much, Jericho. And also, kanina, also Romer, thank you very much. And everyone, thank you to our special guest for this evening sa game na pagsali sa ating pag-games ngayong gabi. Nawa I'm sure ako mismo, maraming natutunan from this episode this evening. Thank you very much again to our guests. And para naman po sa ating mga taga-subaybay sa Facebook and YouTube Live, sana mas ma-encourage tayong maglingkod sa mga communities natin. Patuloy lang sa pagtrabaho towards the future. Kaya nga ang episode natin ngayon, for the future and for the youth and for the young at heart. Sabi nga natin kanina. So again, watch out for more ang Show Na Walang Title episodes every Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Also, ang Show Na Walang Title is now on Spotify. If you want to revisit our episodes, please visit us on Spotify. Available na po ito. At ang dati po naman na radio show for persons with disabilities, ang Dapat Pwede, ay magkakaroon ng Season 2 entitled Dapat Pwede. Abangan ang mga susunod na episodes ng Oras na Pilipinas Dapat Pwede via FEBC Radio TV at Facebook Live tuwing 1st at 4th Friday ng buwan, 8 a.m. to 8:30 in the morning. Simula po August hanggang Disyembre ngayong taon. Please like our Facebook page, Lente Philippines, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok accounts lente_ph and website lente.org.ph. At maraming salamat din po sa mga nakasama nating FSL interpreters ngayong gabi. Ma'am Angie, kasama natin ngayon, at kanina si Sir Mike. Again, maraming salamat and see you again sa susunod na hashtag sa atin ng eleksyon show. Magandang gabi and God bless.
Pabata ng mga